the mouthpiece for Manchester Pride right now on the show. I just wanted to ask you, some of these people that you're having, Mark, it's just unbelievable. And I know Ariana Grande has a real place in her heart for Manchester because there was a terrible thing that happened at one of her concerts in Manchester. And she has a real place in her heart for Manchester. So it wasn't hard to get her, Mark, or was it hard to get her?
Well, it's always hard to secure anybody. But yeah, like you say, she's got, a real place in her heart for Manchester. And Manchester has a real place in our hearts for her. So
Yes.
some tough negotiations originally, but she was really keen and really willing and excited to come along and celebrate LGBT life in this city.
And if you haven't been to the Pride celebration in Manchester, it is a whole village built around this wonderful event. So they have people serving all different kinds of food and cocktails and celebrating Pride. Plus several big stages where there are acts. Bananarama. My God, that's a big one. Basement Jacks. I mean, on and on and on, right? It's just overwhelming. And I played last year, I think, I just played a DJ set. This year, we are going to bring you Hallelujah Disco, which is my show about the events that I was talking about on the opener, the Stonewall Riots, and then right into the club scene. I talk all about it, all about meeting Steve Rebell, all about meeting all those people I met along the way. Grace Jones, Lolita Holloway, and Mark, we're going to be on Saturday. When is Ariana coming on?
On
Sunday? She's on the same stage we're on, right?
She is on the same stage that you're on, yeah.
So I should kiss the stage before I leave, or
maybe she can kiss the stage.
Oh, wow. I just want to show you one little part of Hallelujah Disco at Albert Hall. This was one of the first, actually the second show of Hallelujah Disco 3 years ago at Albert Hall, Manchester. Can we see that clip?
Yeah. This looks awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
That is awesome.
This was from Manchester. We had to take out the music that they're actually singing because this is my music, a production and written by me. I had to take out the other music because it's Love Sensation, which they will be doing in the show. Okay, so in the show, as I explained, you can put Mark back on. As I explained in the beginning of the show, that two people of the same sex could not dance together on a dance floor that was licensed or in a place that was licensed by the New York City Liquor Authority. It was against the law in 1969. And that started the riots. Can we show the clip about the Stonewall Riots? The one, about the Stonewall Riots when I talk about the Stonewall Riots, please.
Stonewall description, maybe?
Yes, Stonewall description. Sorry, Mark, I wanna show you a little bit of the show. There was a part of the regular police action where they knew that they had to show their might, even though the mafia was giving them a little money on the side. They had to show their might. So they would come in to the Stonewall once every so often, and they would bust all the people in drag especially, and then all the people who were dancing together and the same sex. And usually outside, there were 5 terrified gay people watching this, people being put in the paddy wagon. And they would tell them, this is not a girl, this is a boy, so don't worry about him. And that's what they would say. And then they would say, oh, we're taking him down to the tombs, don't worry about him, he'll just be processed. And the tombs were the holding cells underneath the court system in New York City. So, this was a different night. Judy Garland died. And everyone was standing outside as the paddy wagon pulled up. And they gathered and they watched. The police only sent 3 people, 2 to go inside and 1 to stand with the paddy wagon. So the 2 go inside, everyone drops their packets on the floor, no one knows what they were or who they belonged to. And then they grab Marsha P. And Marsha P had just bought a brand new wig on Canal Street for $9.99. She wasn't having it. They pulled her outside by her wig, and she started screaming, "My brand new wig from Canal Street! No, I can't go to the Tombs again. I just can't." And the people were like 200 deep. They started booing. They started saying, "Leave Marsha alone," because everyone knew Marsha. "Leave Marsha alone. Leave her alone," someone screamed. And the officer just stopped and said, "This ain't no her." And he pulled up her miniskirt. Well, Sylvia Rivera was in the back. She picked up this old Pepsi bottle that was on the floor, you know, the ones that look like eyeglasses, knee deep, and she threw it at the cop. It landed at his feet, crashed. Everything stopped for a second. Marsha ran, and then everyone started throwing the nearest thing that was by them. The old tin garbage cans go flying at the Stonewall. The cops run inside and barricade themselves inside the Stonewall, calling for backup. These are the Stonewall Riots. Those are the Stonewall Riots, and those are actual pictures from the riots, and they go on and on. When the show plays, there's like a picture for every half a line that I say. It's really very visual, and it's just really grown up, the show, since Albert Hall in Manchester. We're really excited about coming and doing the show there.
Good,
so
and we're
excited.
really excited for you coming over.
Yeah.
Really excited.
Do you know that the choir that we use is from Manchester? The Feel Good Choir is from Manchester. So if
I didn't know that originally. Yeah, so I believe. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So have they been touring with you? Where have you taken the show? Have you taken the Feel Good Choir?
Yes. They have been, anytime we appear in Europe, we've appeared in Scotland, and we did a show in other parts of the UK, in London, I think 2 years ago, and in Scotland last summer. They were with me for both of those shows. Yeah, they are fantastic. The singers are wonderful. Maybe we should show a little clip of We Lift Our Hands, the first clip, actually. No, the second clip. No, the third clip. We Lift Our Hands. This is with the Harlem Gospel Choir at Central Park. And we did this in Central Park, I think 2 years ago. It was amazing during Pride Week. Let's show that little clip with We Lift Our Hands. Okay, thanks. We got her, we couldn't play the original clip that they were singing, so we put her overdubs in there, even though it was my original recording. We tried to get it in there. Yes, the things you have to do to get on the air these days. You have to really be a chameleon, and change your stripes wherever you can. Mark, is there anything you want to say about Manchester Pride that you want the audience to know?
Yeah, so Manchester Pride this year, it's a different year for us. That the festival is evolving. This year, while the heart of the festival remains in and around Manchester's wonderful gay village, as you so succinctly described. And this year, we've got a new event that's running at the same time. So So where you'll be playing this year, Nicky, it's not in the same space that you were last time.
Oh.
It's on the arena stage at Manchester Pride Live, which is a brand new location for us this year. It's an old disused railway station. It's very similar to a backdrop that you could be expected to see in New York City, if I'm honest. It's a real urban, rugged backdrop. We're excited to have the show there.
Oh, that sounds really exciting. I love what they do in the UK with old railroad stations. And one of the clubs that I played in northern UK, it was a place where they built locomotives, where actually the first locomotive ever built was built there in this place that is now a club. And I played there. It was in northern, it was beautiful. It was really fun. Well, Mark, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Can I look at Mark? I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time. I love the Grace Jones on your shirt. And
hey, listen, we'll be over in New York. We'll be over for New York Pride, for World Pride. So
wonderful.
Yeah, we're flying over. And listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. I've always got time for you, Nicky, and I'm thrilled to be welcoming you back to the city in August.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we'll see you in August for Hallelujah Disco at Manchester Pride, starring Ariana Grande. Take care, Mark.
Take care, Nicky. All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart, right? We're going to talk to Paul Goodyear a little later. Paul Goodyear is a very well-known DJ who did what the hell is that? Do you hear those fire engines in the background? Where is that coming in from? Wow, that is wild that I can hear the fire engines so clearly. Maybe I should turn off the other mics. Oh, wow, that is much better, isn't it? Uh-oh, here comes Craig. Craig, come on up. You see, I do everything. Answer the door, everything, simply everything. Fabian, maybe you should unlock the door a little bit and let Craig walk in, because you know the dog is going to bark. You know how it is here at Live. It's my living room. The dog barks. People walk in and out. Here's the dog barking. You hear her loud and clear. I mean, this system picks up everything. I hooked up a fabulous audio system. Even Rosna was very, very impressed by my system. And boy, does it pick up anything. You hear outside the sirens. We have all the windows closed. I mean, it's amazing. Okay, Miley, it's okay, Miley. My Miley Cyrus. She's Miley Cyrus. So, Pride, 1969. The real thing that sparked Pride in 1969, believe it or not, this was June 28th, 1969. And the real thing that sparked Pride was the fact that on June 22nd, 1969, Judy Garland had died. So the fact that Judy died that week, leading into the weekend. Hi, Craig, come on in. Okay, Miley. As you know, my co-host, Craig Stagg.
What's up?
Let's see if that's working.
What's up, y'all?
Hi. How you doing? You got here.
Day, I'm here.
You know, Craig has
Showtime last night.
Yeah. Oh, you did Showtime last night?
Yeah, I was up in Port Chester. I got a chance to sing behind the great Judy Collins. Sending the clowns.
Judy Collins, you sang behind?
Yeah, we sang behind her. It was a blast. It was a blast. Got home kind of late, you know. But I made it. I'm here, people.
Yeah.
World.
But Judy Collins, that's like an icon.
Yeah, icon. I mean, she's so sweet, too, and her voice is still there. I mean, like, she's on tour now, and she's going around the country doing her thing, man. And I really give it up to her. She's the greatest, man. Just a sweet lady, man. Sweet.
You know, people in show business often are either divas who are treacherous, or they're sweet as hell,
Right.
and you just get along with them immediately.
Yeah.
And I used to buy all of Judy Collins' albums when I was a kid, because that's when she was big, like 68, 69.
Yeah, I saw that, yes. And she has a lot of hits too, man. A lot of little
Her
things.
and Joni Mitchell. Oh my God. Yeah.
Joni wrote that a lot of her hits.
Yeah.
And also I gotta admit, I was looking for something that might have slipped into disco. And
No.
I didn't find one.
No, she didn't make that leap back then where like people who
remix
were
or something.
Yeah. Ethel Merman did it. She did Ethel on Broadway disco style. Oh my
Wow,
God,
wow.
that was awful.
I'm listening to
But
that.
anyway, Craig sang our new theme song. Could we have the theme song again? This is a theme song that I wrote, and Craig wrote it along with me, and I did the track, and he came in one day after the show, and he did 7 takes or 10 or 12 takes
Something like that.